jumping into my main presentation, I would like to ask a question direct to my respected teacher. Sir, may I?
Yeah, please.
Okay, so my question is, when you was a student, or I say when you were a student of a school, what are the methods you started to learn English? Is it grammar translation method or something new?
It was all grammar translation, 100% pure grammar translation method.
Okay, I'm very sorry because I have to ask you another question, which is, as you said, you learned your first English based on grammar translation method. So now, what do you think? Was grammar translation method is more beneficial than other methods, or you think that grammar translation method is an old technique we should update by now?
Yeah, it's a classical method, it's an old one, old technique, and a very rigid one as well. So, if somebody is teaching in grammar translation method, he or she, the teacher, has to be very strict in the class. So that was a difficult part. But to be in the positive note, it was beneficial in my case for learning grammar, writing, or reading skill as well, and vocabulary, as she has already mentioned. Yeah.
Okay, I have got my answer. Now I will be moving forward to my main presentation. Okay, so I hope by this time we all know what is grammar translation method. So grammar translation method is a basic method which is actually very much popular in Bangladesh. As sir in school, sir has used grammar translation method. I have used grammar translation method, and I have some younger nephew and niece who are also learning English in their school based on grammar translation method. Okay, so one basic thing about grammar translation method is grammar translation method basically emphasizes on our reading and writing, and I must say grammar translation method has lack on our speaking. So yes, then now I will be talking about psychological effects of grammar translation method. So if I have to talk about my own experience, so when I was a student of class 5 or 6, I can clearly remember I learned sentence structure, subject plus verb plus object. And when I tried to mix it up with my Bengali sentence structure, I have seen some differences. And I asked my teacher, sir, you said they are kind of same, but why I can see the differences? Ami bhat khai. If I translate it in English, then it supposed to be right. I rice it. But when I am translating it in English, it says I eat rice. So there was a difference, and I am a person who is a bit logical from my childhood, so I faced quite difficulties. At the same time, when I stepped into my university, I started giving presentation. I must say I have faced so many problems in my first year presentations, because that time I was not that much familiar with other English speaking methods. So what I used to do, I used to translate my Bengali sentences into English, and that would put me into great anxiety, stress, and most importantly, I used to memorize my scripts, which actually made me feel into a big trouble. If I forget one or two words, I might mess up with the whole presentation. So yes, this is one of the psychological effects of grammar translation method on the readers. Okay, as we are university students, so after our university life, we will be moving forward to our professional lives. In today's generation, our professional life is based on our speaking, our presentations. So, if we face fear, if we face trouble in speaking English, that might get us into big trouble in our professional exams, and that results us that we do very poor result in IELTS exams, BCS exams, and other professional interviews. So that's another challenges which students, I mean Bangladeshi students, faced in professional exams due to their learning English or grammar translation method. Okay. Now you may think Yata is talking all these bullshits, all these things from her own perspective. Actually, no. I searched for some scholars' research on my topic, and I have found that scholars like Stephen, scholars like Vygotsky, please excuse my pronunciation, I might be wrong, but actually scholars say that traditional grammar focused teaching can cause high anxiety and low self-confidence. And as I said already, that my problem was that I used to lose my self-confidence because I used to forget one or two sentences or word. And then they have also said that GTM may affect to skill imbalance. And as I already said that readers may face notable challenges in their professional and academic assessments. So, what can be the recommendations? So, from my perspective, as Sir already said that grammar translation method is a very classical method which we cannot actually go back, or like if we study in grammar translation method, then we should incorporate our speaking activities as well. For example, kids who studies English or who is learning English, they should actually learn speaking activities as well with their writing and reading activities, because I think in today's generation speaking and reading activities is obviously important, but speaking activities and speaking quality is even more important, because you have to present yourself into this world, into this generation. If we look into India, if we look into America, UK or other countries, they emphasizes on speaking activities along with reading and writing assessment. And obviously we have to reduce our reliance on memorization. If we memorize a word or a whole paragraph, we might forget one or two sentences, and then what will we do? We'll totally mess up the things, right? So we should not actually memorize. Rather we should read it by thinking, by actually connecting with ourselves. And I hope this will help, because this helped me in my presentation in developing my speaking skills. So yes, that was my presentation. Thank you everyone. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask.